All right, we'll begin this. Up on my screen, I have the accessories tab open on a deal. If I use the drop-down box, you can choose from any of the already predetermined can jobs. Those are coming from parts and service. They can be built in parts and service, added as an accessory that you can choose inside the accessories tab. If I want to grab just a few of them, it'll have the retail and also the cost. I can add as many as I want here. And the amounts here and the cost will be added to the deal. And then I have the box already pre-filled to check off as add to RO. And I'm going to add a few more. There we go. So I have 3 in total. Down here, I already have one that was already added, either through the deal. I don't know through the history. I haven't looked at the history, but this one was already added on there. And it's not factory installed, so it wasn't added already on the unit. So I'm guessing this one was already added to an RO. I can click the button that says Start Service RO. Must have a unit up with a stock number, and we do have one, but for some reason this is telling me that the unit is, I'm going to get rid of this one just for this deal, and this is our test environment, so that's what it's letting me know, that these aren't coming from our system. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to hit Start Service RO again. Do you want to add these items to an existing RO? So it already has an RO number chosen. It's already started for this unit. I'm going to hit yes, and then those are going to drop down. They've been added to that invoice. So you can either keep track of that, or you can write it down in the notes portion of the deal. I'm going to hit OK, and then it's going to drop down to the pre-installed accessories down here. Now, the important thing here is to make sure that you have 2 choices. You can either have that RO started and completed, and then you can post the deal, so all the numbers jive over in accounting, or you could post this deal with the RO still open. It's gonna prompt you inside the deal that there are ROs that are open for this, pertaining to this deal in this unit. You'll have to go back after that RO is closed, and you'll repost that deal so the cost is updated on that unit and the deal. That could affect the commissions, whether depends on whether you have that checked off in company info or not. But I highly suggest you close that RO before you post, or you could just go back and post that RO or that the deal after the RO is closed. So I'm going to save, and then I'm going to go over to the commissions tab. And this is where we're going to find right now I have a finance manager on here, and I also have a salesperson marked off. That can be changed through the personnel tab. So if I need to add another salesperson or take the salesperson off, add another salesperson, I could do that. That will affect the commissions, as the defaults are going to be set here. So down here at the bottom, we have edit defaults, and that's going to bring up the table with all the defaults there. So for this one, I have this salesperson here. If I want to change this to 10% for new, and I'll say 15% for used, or you can go with a flat rate. That'll just put a flat rate amount on there. And then you have your back end totals. So I'm going to do 10% there, and I'll do 10% there. Again, you have new flat rate or used flat rate. And then you also have spots here for minimum for new, max for new, and then minimum for used. And the same thing can be done for max used. So if the unit that you're selling doesn't fit those criteria, this salesperson will get no less than $200 for this deal. And then I also have my finance manager. So I just want to find him. He's right here. He already has some default set, but I'm going to set a few more. So I'll do 10%. I'll give him 10% for used, and I'll hit OK. Now, if you have that whole table filled out, no matter who you choose for salesperson, finance manager, any of the people that are going to be pertaining to this deal, I could just hit the load defaults button, and it's going to load my defaults there. And if you use our payroll system, you can have that checked off as paid once that's pushed through to the payroll module. and that payroll cycle is closed out, that'll be checked off as paid later on. So I would just hit save. That'll be pushed on there. Once this deal is closed out and pushed over to accounting, you can print your commission report. It'll have the loaded defaults here. Now, if you see something wrong here, just go back into the edit defaults, change whatever it is that you believe should be changed. And then I would hit OK. And then I can hit load defaults again, and it should update the defaults. And I always click save. It's just to make sure that everything that I push in the deal or any changes that I make, I just want to make sure that those are saved just in case, you know, the internet goes out. I would highly recommend using the save button over and over again. Now, I'll go over this. Now, if I needed to have something taken off this unit through the deal, you would have to go to the unit inventory module, find that vehicle, and you can take that off there manually on the accessories tab there. You can't take it off here. So if I wanted to look up this unit here, and I will write that down for myself, 100169. Now I could take it off of the RO that started, or I can just go straight over to unit inventory. Once that opens up, I can search for that unit. Then I can go to the accessories tab. I can have that taken off here. I highlighted the top one, I hit delete on my keyboard, and I hit yes. Now that's updated without, that'll update with just the 3 now instead of the 4th one. So that cost is taken off there, and so is that portion of what you're charging the customer. I could hit save, reload that deal, and that deal is updated then. But again, make sure whatever you have down here, it'll let you know if you have service will turn red here. But I have all these ROs already started for this unit that's pertaining to the deal. So your service department should let the sales staff know I've closed out that work order, or it's still open. I could close this deal out, push it over to accounting, and then later on when that RO is closed out, make sure you hit the post to accounting button again, just to update that cost. Any questions? I don't see anything in the chat. I have everybody unmuted, so if you guys needed to ask any questions, feel free, jump in, and I'll give it a few minutes, and then we'll end this webinar. All right, I don't see any questions popping up now. This will be posted on our website later on. So if you guys need to go over it again, or if you have any questions regarding this, just let us know. If you need to set up training for any other portion of the system, you can contact us at training@motilitysoftware.com, and we can set up a schedule so we can do a training session for multiple users or just a single user. Just keep us posted though, okay? Thank you.